Willie D Live.
It's Willie D, y'all, back with another episode of information and instructions to help you navigate through this wild, crazy, beautiful world. In the studio, Slim Thug.
Hey, the one
What's
they
up,
love
King?
to hate, kid. Yeah, I'm the end you love to hate.
Now, why do they love to hate Slim Thug?
Cause Slim different, man. Slim an alien on Earth. Slim don't think like everybody else. Slim move his own way. He make his own, you know what I'm saying, path. And that's not normal. And people don't understand that. If you don't do what people do, you don't think like people think, you don't act like people act, they don't understand that, you know. So that's the problem.
Yeah. Man, I think also the problem is you getting on that Instagram and just going.
Speaking my mind.
Man, you just be, man, do you like, before you go in,
Yeah.
do you say to yourself, oh, I'm finna kill him with this one?
Nah,
Or do you
I don't.
just, do you just
I
go?
don't. I just really just get on my Thugger News, my live, just like how you do your Willie D, and I just, really just, I have no plans of what I'm going to say. I don't prepare. I don't have topics wrote down. I might have heard something or want to talk about something I thought about earlier, but for the most part, it's just genuinely just every day, just me talking to my fans. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you got one of the most popping IGs, man, and you talk about business. I mean, your a lot of it is like just your personal takes and odd takes and stuff, but you talk about your Instagram is not just about the flash. It does have value because you do talk about real life stuff. You talk about what's going on. You talk about how you feel. You talk about relationships is one of the biggest things that you talk about. You talk about
Right, that's
you talk about
a
women.
topic. Yeah, we got experience.
Do you think that social media has helped or hurt women's expectations in relationships, and how has it impacted the way you approach dating?
Social media is like it definitely changed the world. It was a moment in time that really changed relationships, kind of everything. Because what social media did was make the world smaller. You know what I'm saying? Now I can talk to people everywhere through my social media. It used to be back in our day, you make an out of town call, it's gonna cost you. You know what I'm saying? Real life, like OGs know this. Back in the day, you called somebody out of town, it was gonna cost you to make that call. So it wasn't a lot of out of town conversations, because it was costing. So, but now you could talk to anybody, unlimited, all over the world, wherever you want to talk to them, and same goes with if you was at high school and it was a pretty girl and she used to date the top basketball player or football player, used to be just the high school sweethearts, together. Now, that pretty young girl gonna get shot at by the whole world, not just her high school, not just, her neighborhood like it used to be, not the people in that area, but the whole world. So by the time a woman is 21, if she's bad, she probably got flued out, you know what I'm saying, a few different times or whatever. So it's like, it's a lot more access today with social media that changes the relationship, because now everybody think they got the most options because it's a lot of people. It's not just, my neighborhood, just my high school. I got to deal with somebody here. I got action all over the world because, people trying to get at me all over the world. You know what I'm saying? So that's pretty much what my take is on what social media did to, the world or whatever, or to relationships, and now you ain't got to worry about just the high school dude who look good or whatever to take your girl. Now you got to worry about, ball players, everybody around the world who got a bankroll who can afford to fly your girl out. You got to worry about that. That's a whole nother fight. So that takes, to me, my personal opinion, that takes updating your iPhone. You got an iPhone that update all the time with new information. You got to move different, things different. just like that, life is like that. You know what I'm saying? Things that we was able to do back in the past ain't gonna necessarily, be as easy in these days, or might not make sense in these days, or that type of stuff.
Let's say Slim Thug was a youngster today.
Right.
No money, not the hustler Slim
Right.
Thug, but we could have some hustle in you, but not have any money.
Right.
How do you navigate? You got a bad girl in high school. You're in high school. You got a bad girl. You know they're jugging at her from all over the world.
All over the world.
How do you maintain your sanity in knowing that your girl is being jugged at by all of these dudes all around the world? And how do you allow that not to dig at you to the point where you become insecure?
How do you let that not make you insecure? It's gonna be tough because there's gonna be dudes with a lot more money than you offering her way more than you can offer her. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of the times, that's what I'm telling you. Like a lot of the times when you dealing, and a lot of people ain't gonna understand this because they might not had to deal with this type of pressure. But if you dealing with a bad chick that's top notch, bad. Like I say, she getting shot at it all over by all kind of dudes. Hey, I'll take you to Turks this weekend. Rappers, ball players, just regular dudes who got their stuff together. So it's a lot more pressure for a young Slim Thug who ain't got his stuff together to keep, that baddie that everybody want. You know what I'm saying?
Would that make a young Slim Thug bitter once he do get to the paper?
Bitter?
Would it make you bitter, and would it make you want some get back, once you get to the money?
That if when I was young and I ain't have it, a girl who I was with went and got with somebody who did have it, would it make me bitter?
Yeah, well, not just that girl, but girls in general. If the
I'm
girls
sure
are about the money and the bag.
I definitely think that's part of the trauma of the hood. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes who don't got their stuff together gets treated like it sounds called brokey, like you ain't got no money. Most girls you talk to is gonna say, man, if you ain't got no money, don't say nothing to me. If you can't do nothing for me, don't say nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? This is what you're gonna get from most girls proudly. You know what I'm saying? So how can you not be a young dude who don't got his stuff together and be secure when everybody around you is like, oh, you ain't got this, you can't buy me this, you can't do this for me, quit talking to me. You know what I'm saying? So
I mean, you got the game, man. Give us some instructions on how to find the chick who is a baddie and got her mind straight. Not the chick that can easily be persuaded by bread.
All right. So look, first of all, now this alien talk I'm finna give you, Willie, and this is not like traditional talk, and that's where I get the backlash because I come at stuff from an updated iPhone site, not what my grandma told me, not what somebody else, not what people doing around me, just naturally what I really, one of my main things is I tell my coach or whatever, and that's only like 100 and 200 people. Y'all think I got a big following. I got 100 and 200 people be on my live when I be going viral. It don't be nobody but 100, 200 people. I erase it. They still screen record it, send it to these blogs, and now they clickbaited me into some millions of views. Into now they just my whole 100% positive conversation. Well, let's say 90% positive. I might have trolled and said something crazy. They gonna clickbait that and make it look like I said something crazy. But this is my point of view on that, and people might not agree with that. And this is another thing I want to say before I even say what I say. In order to be a grown human to me, in order to be somebody who I even, consider a real person, we got to be able to sit like we sitting and not agree on everything. I don't want nobody to be no robot. I don't want nobody to be my twin. I want to hear your point of view, and I want to tell you mine. And sometimes when I sit down and have conversations with people, their point of view might sway me to think more like them. But sometimes I might have point of views that sway them to think. That's conversation. So stop wanting everybody to be like you, first of all. Stop wanting people to be your twin. And if you don't think like me, I can't talk to you. I can't mess with you. If you don't vote like me, I can't talk to you. I can't mess with you. That's childish behavior. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got to grow up, first of all, and be able to sit down and have a conversation and be able to I don't want to hear. If you that type of person, You ain't even on my earth. Like, I don't even like dealing with, I don't care about opinions of people who like that. I don't care what they think about me, none of that. Because if you can't have a conversation with somebody who has differences and listen to their side and let you say your side and see, just have a healthy debate, then you don't even need to talk to me because that's childish behavior. So a lot of people do that. A lot of people jump to conclusions. Oh, I think that this clickbait got me thinking it. I don't want to hear. Cool, let's not talk. But this is my point of view, if you did take the time to listen. Okay, how many divorces? Everything I do is mathematically. I learned my mantra today, which is mathematics has no emotions. Somebody said that and just told me that today. I seen it on the gram. I love that. And what it is everything I do is mathematical. How many people have divorces before 10 years in a relationship? If you did that paperwork, just not even on, you can Google that and you'll see it. But if you just didn't trust Google, if you want to just ask around you, how many people have been in relationships and got married and it went bad before 10 years? I give myself 100 years. I run 3 miles every day. I go to the gym to take care of myself. That's all you can do. I move with faith of I'm going to take care of myself and live a long life. I'm not going to move thinking I'm going to die at 50, so I need to hurry up. I'm not moving with the energy of bad. I'm thinking faith. I'm not thinking, I ain't gonna make it to 50, so I need to hurry up and do this. I need to hurry up and do that. That's crazy to me. I move with faith. I give myself 100 years. If we in a relationship and we trying to reach marriage level, I believe to completely get to know somebody, that could take 5 to 10 years. That's not a 2-year decision. That's not a 3-year. It's really 10 years to really get to know somebody, because that's the same logic I put behind your career. 10,000 hours. It takes 10,000 hours to master something. In whatever career, if you want to be a barber, it's going to take you 10 years to get your clientele right, be the coldest, all that. 10,000 hours. Same thing with a relationship. 10,000 hours. If we talking about being together forever, what is the rush? Why I got to do this before 5? Why I got to do this in 2 years? That feels like you trying to trick me into something. If we gonna be together forever, why I gotta sign a piece of paper to tell us that? Why we can't go 10 straight together on our own merit and just saying we gonna get married one day and do it like that? And I get to know you and we waking up every day and we deciding, not because we got a baby together and gotta be together, not because we signed a contract that say we gotta be together, but no, every day for 10 years, I want to see if we naturally want to spend time together. If we can complete this task, I want to buy you the biggest ring because I believe it. I want to buy you to get you the biggest wedding because I believe it. We did it with no contracts for 10 straight years. We put in 10,000 hours. We not getting a divorce most likely. You know what I'm saying? My logic makes way more sense than somebody who's saying, oh, well, you ain't did nothing for me. You ain't doing this. We ain't getting married. All right, cool. So, and a lot of people only do that because my mama said we got to get married. My mama say don't do this or this how it was. All right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But I think mine make a lot more sense. You see what I'm saying? Because you actually putting in the work before you actually spending the bread to do all the other stuff, having a child, before you, that's why it's a lot of baby mamas out here. We ain't put in the 10-year work. If we would have did that, how many baby mamas would be out here? You know what I'm saying? Only because we live in Disneyland and think we ready to spend 100 years with somebody out for spending 2 years with somebody. That is the craziest thing you could ever think of if you do it mathematically. 2 years, it takes, I've been knowing you, let's say 5. I only knew you 5 years, but I want to be with you 100 years. When do that math add up? It ain't never a good bet in Vegas.
Love at first sight, man.
Yeah, and that's Disney World Cinderella shit, Willie D. That's not real life. We know real life ain't like that. We know real life is, I got to see you when you got some money. I got to see you when you broke. I got to see you when you happy. I got to see you when you sad. I got to see you in every side. Most people get married, they seen the honeymoon side. They seen the happy side when in the beginning we both want somebody. We want to be in a relationship. We happy about we had a couple good dates. They don't even see all sides of a person before they make these lifetime commitments. And that's Cinderella talk to me. That's like living in Disneyland, I like to call it. And I'd rather live in real world.
What's the most consecutive years you spent with a woman? You said it takes 10 years. How far have you gotten before you called it quits?
My last relationship, well, it wasn't even a relationship, but it was about 10 years, almost.
It was almost 10 years.
Almost 10 years.
How did you get that close? I mean, are you thinking marriage? You're almost at 10 years?
I wasn't thinking marriage. At that time, I wasn't even thinking nothing. And then on who I'm dealing with right now, my sugar baby, we've been kicking it about 7 years right now.
Hold on, man. Go back.
7 years.
Go back. Sugar baby.
25 countries.
Sugar baby is... Now,
can I drink my drink?
Yeah, but sugar baby. Mm-hmm. So does this mean that you tricking?
I mean, whatever they want to call it, it ain't. No, I'm not paying her bills. If that's what when you say
really, sugar baby, you're taking care of the everything financially.
Facts, right? Really, the thing is, people got to realize about Slim Thug is if you ain't tapped in, Slim Thug calls himself Sugar Daddy Slim. So that's why she would be a sugar baby. My rap character, being an old man, wearing my floral shirt or whatever, I said I look like a sugar daddy. I'm gonna call myself Sugar Daddy Slim, right? Okay. So now, as I'm just being who I am, and if a woman with me, she my sugar baby. And
so even if she's a multi-millionaire, she's just sugar
she my
baby.
Sugar baby. Facts.
Yeah. Okay, that's enlightening.
It's just really. My thing and theme on life is you got to decorate your life how you want to decorate your life. You got to call whatever you want to call your relationship, whatever you want to call it. You got to live your life exactly how you want to live it. And that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm not under the titles of normal people or whatever, or living the natural relationship life. You know what I'm saying? I do things how I want to do it, and it's working very well for me. I really love that I'm doing it like this.
What about the women when you talk about the black women? You said the black women don't give it up easy, like the other women do.
Facts.
This is highly controversial. This was a highly controversial statement of you.
Right. One
of the most inflammatory comments made by an individual.
I want to ask you what you think is bad about what I said. From you my OG. I respect what the opinion.
Well, actually, I know where you were coming from.
Yeah.
And I know how people received it. Right. But really, if you really think about it, that's a compliment.
It's a compliment.
If you're saying that the black women ain't giving it up easy to the black man like everybody else is.
You're not programmed, Willie. Thank you. I knew my OG wasn't programmed. It's a compliment. Yeah. If I would have said black women give it up the easiest, what would they have said? You know what I'm saying?
That would have been a problem.
It would have been a problem.
Yeah.
So at this point, I have to understand they just mad at Slim because they just always thinking I'm saying something else. So, and that was never a diss to black women. When I'm talking, I'm really just saying what I see. I'm just saying what I've saw. It's not my personal opinion of, oh man, I just want to say something about women. No, this is what I witnessed as a man who is black. Women of other races gave it up way easier. And I wasn't even trying to tell nobody to give me none when I said that. I was talking to women as a brother. Hey, I'm good right now. I don't need none from nobody, so I'm good. So what I was explaining was, as a brother, but people only get the clickbait. You ain't hear the full conversation was, hey man, that's the competition you're gonna have to deal with. A lot of women. And it wasn't just for anybody. It was about this. It was, once again, let's go back to mathematicals. So what is the number, if you can please Google this, and I'm just giving y'all a real assignment. Before you say you hate, just listen to what I'm saying. What is the number of black men who make over 100,000, a year? It's very rare. It's very rare. So a lot of women see the dudes on Instagram and see the dudes, and think that that's what they getting and that's how they living. So they think they have, once again, the social media. They think they have a lot of options. But all you have to do is Google that number. And you will understand, I don't got as many options as I thought if I'm looking for a dude who got his stuff together, a dude who's not going to be asking you to take care of him. You see what I'm saying? Like a dude who will never ask you, hey, man, I need you to go half with me on this. Like, this is a different type of dude. And I'm just saying that if you want this type of dude, we not going for the obstacle courses that you might want us to go through because of what some other dude who didn't have his stuff together did to you. Oh, he broke your heart and he got, it's trauma, really, Willie. It's like, and I ain't blaming nobody, but I'm just telling the truth. I'm just saying what happened, like saying what I see. I see that we get a lot of now because of what the old boy did to me. You're going to have to do this for me. You're going to have to take me here. You're going to have to pay for this. You're going to have to wait this time or whatever. But when you got your stuff together, a dude who got his stuff together ain't really going for all that.
You're absolutely right, man. You ever see these like little video clips of these women talk about what they want out of a man? And I think what's her name? Kendra G, I think her name is.
Oh yeah, I seen Kendra G.
She do that like the Kevin Samuels thing where you ask, well, what kind of man are you looking for? How old are you? How much money does he need to make? And time again, I see these women get on there and say, well, I got 5 babies, and I got 5 baby daddies, and, I'm looking for a man that's making $400,000 a year.
Exactly.
Well, did any of your previous baby daddies make $400,000? No, that's why I'm looking for one that makes $400 now.
Exactly.
And now, by the way, I'm also celibate, and
Willie, this is why I go viral.
Yeah.
Because the same thing you saying, and women be on there saying I'm celibate. I'm like, how many? You got about 4 kids, baby. You need to just give it up until you find the right dude who gonna lock you in. We not gonna give you no credit because you had 4 kids and stopped for 6 months. We don't care about that. We don't care about, I stopped for 6 months. We not giving you no award for that. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Before it become too late, give it up. Find the right person who gonna accept you with that, and they gonna have issues, but it ain't gonna be the perfect person that you think is available for you. Is what I'm trying to tell you. Because all you have to do if you think I'm wrong is just look up the numbers. Look up how many dudes really got their stuff together. It's not a lot. And the social media like button and a lot of the scammers got y'all thinking that they got their stuff together, but that's a scam too. So a lot of people who coming out here on both ends, when they want you to marry them and so fast, that's Disneyland. It's like, and then it doesn't even make sense. Do you want to go through a divorce? Do you want a baby daddy? Or do you want to take your time and get to know this person and really truly know and with full confidence after 10 years seeing every side of this person, make that decision with confidence? That's what makes sense. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. The flip side of that, as you alluded to, is that you got women out there who don't have their minds right, and guys will pursue these women, calling the baddies, so to speak, and they end up in these toxic relationships because all they looking for, is a fat ass and tits. So whatever it is, but they're looking only at the exterior. They're not looking at the woman, the inside.
Exactly.
They're not looking at her personality. What her values are. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How was she raised? What was she raised to believe in? They're not looking at any of that, and then they find themselves in these bad relationships, and then they get mad at all the women and say it's all women, and vice versa. A lot of the women, they do the same thing.
Exactly.
They're looking for the guy with the money, and
he might have that money one year. He might have that. That's another reason why you should do the 10-year thing, because a lot of people have good years. A lot of people be up one day and you might have met him in his top life, and then you don't even know that man after. And when he lose everything, is you gonna be there? You know, if he did lose everything, would you be there? You don't know this about this woman until you didn't have it. So you have to see all sides of a person before you make lifelong decisions. And that's having a child, that's being married. Anything that you're gonna make a 100-year decision on shouldn't be rushed. And anything before 10 years is not a common sense type of movement. If we talking about, 100 years or whatever. But at the same time, on the flip side, there's always a flip side. If you are in, marriage makes sense when you are bringing two incomes together to, up your lifestyle or whatever.
Oh, hell, you finna start a war.
That's when it makes sense. When you, well, I ain't gonna say it always makes sense like that, but I'm saying like, for me, my personal opinion, you definitely ain't got to agree with this, but I think that a lot of people get married because of the income thing, of them being able to up their lifestyle, because it end up being a lot, and then a lot of people, all I do is do research with it. So a lot of the research I get back from my married people who I talk to, it be, man, don't get married. And I'd be like, why? Just like, man, I thought it's real. Marriage is hard. It's all this here, is that there. I get a lot of that feedback and I listen to that and I don't never have to touch the actual fire to learn my lesson. And that's what I think give me super sense. I can hear people, I can do my research and hear stories and see what's really going on and learn from other people's mistakes. I don't always got to touch the fire. You know what I'm saying? And at the same time, I challenge anybody who, have been in a relationship, married, whatever. Go look on my Instagram. You ain't really living like me and my sugar baby, so you might not call your relationship what I call my relationship, but I think I'm a way more romantic man when it comes to relationships. I take the girl I'm with, she gonna live a extravagant life. We gonna take trips every month, not just cause of her, just cause this is the lifestyle of somebody who been working hard and want to live like this. But at the same time, I get trays of food, whatever I want, delivered in bed. If you look on Instagram, you'll see that. But at the same time, she gets $5,000 100 bill bouquet for Valentine's Day, 100-foot boat for Valentine's Day. This is the, this is the back and forth. Yeah, it's on Instagram, and this is what I want women who get mad at me for being so confident, who say I say all this stuff. Just go look at it's not nothing to have feelings about. All you simply have to do is go to my page, Slim Thug on Instagram, and go back. Every single month, you will see me in a different country, and I'm not by myself. This is how I move. This is how being with me. If you go look, it's not a one-time thing when you're dealing with me. That's why I'm so for real about this. If you don't treat me like a king and making me happy, then I don't want to I'm not coming home to no type of, I ain't giving you that, weaponizing love, I ain't giving you none because you said something on Instagram I don't like. I ain't giving you none because you ain't do this. Like, I'm not settling for none of that. I'd rather be by myself because I know married people who sleep in different rooms.
What's your number one pet peeve for a woman?
I don't know what's my pet peeve, but my number one love language is acts of service. You know what I'm saying? So a woman who served me is gonna be appreciated, and I'm gonna make sure that I make sure she get it back. You know what I'm saying? However I can. Yeah, so acts of service, I would say, is my love language. If you, like I say, delivering food to me while I'm in bed, rolling my blunts, you know what I'm saying? Like, cooking for me. If you doing all this, it's simple, too. It's not even nothing I want that's so crazy, but I just appreciate it. I appreciate a woman that like to take care of her dude. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, man, that was a strong word, appreciation, man. You might get a few, that convert.
A lot of them, they be on the clickbait, man. They be on the clickbait.
They gonna be like, damn.
They be on the clickbait, and all I would challenge everybody who don't like Slim to do is to go look on Instagram. It's like my journal. You can simply just scroll through the months. Not only will you see how romantic I am when I'm dealing with a woman, you will see how active I am at giving back in the community. You will see all the positive stuff I do instead of those one-liners you see on the gossip blogs. You know what I'm saying? But also, on the flip side, like I say, it's always a flip side. With me knowing who I am and with me knowing that I am where I am without the people who don't know who I am, it gives me a arrogance of, man, I don't care about if you like me or not. I don't care if you agree with me or not. I don't care, about none of that because I'm who I am without you. And then I know who I am on another level of, like, you can't question my blackness as a black man ever because I'm actually black owned out here. I'm one of the very few rap rappers who is not owned by a white man, by a Jewish man. I don't even know no other rappers who got on their whole catalog like Slim Thug. So to ever question my blackness when I have the integrity enough to not even let a white man own my music, and it's people buying masters and selling masters every day, like it's none. I'm none affected by that. You know what I'm saying? I stand on too much business when it comes to that.
Are you speaking to the comments where you made when you was talking about black people need to move on and stop blaming white folks?
Maybe. I don't. And now that's not what I was talking about. But that they took that clickbait out of that. You need to stop blaming white folks. Yeah, it ain't about, oh man, white people ain't never did nothing to you or nothing like that. It's the mindset. It's the mindset of waiting for somebody to give you something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, they wrong. Yeah, they did all that. But why are you waiting on your enemy to give you something? Why are we asking for reparations in 2025 when people came from all over Earth to America and been successful? Even in your neighborhood, the nail lady, the corner store ain't owned by you. You know what I'm saying? But we waiting on somebody to hand us some 90% of the time. And that's why we sit back and in last place when they say which race got the most. It's because instead of taking advantage of right now and just saying, man, without whatever I ain't have, I'm finna make it happen right now. Without nobody giving me nothing, I don't want nothing from nobody. I only want to stand on my feet as a man and go conquer this earth and whatever and leave my legacy behind.
To be clear, you don't want reparations.
I don't want no reparations from nobody.
Let me stop right there. I want reparations, and here's why.
Okay.
It ain't even necessarily for me. It's for my ancestors because that is a debt owed. They died. They worked. They were treated like the worst that you can even imagine that somebody could ever be treated, and it didn't end with slavery. It moved on into the Jim Crow era, and it's still going on right to this day. So reparations would absolutely give black people some get back and some seeds to plant. Like right now, a lot of us, we don't have seeds. A lot of these people, everybody else had seeds, including white people. When immigrants come here, they have seeds used and that are provided to them from our government by way of our tax dollars.
Facts.
They will take our shit and give it to them and allow them to come up, but at the same time try to subjugate us. So those reparations ain't just for me, it's for my ancestors. I got it. I could say I don't necessarily need it, but I do know a whole lot of black people that could use them damn reparations to get on their feet.
100% agree with everything you're saying.
And so we need those reparations because it's a debt owed. It's almost like what if
I totally
you
agree
gave
with
somebody some money? What if you gave?
But look,
hold on. What if you gave somebody some money? Let's say it's a substantial amount of money.
Mm-hmm.
You gave somebody, let's say, $100,000.
Right.
You passed on. Your sons know this motherfucker borrowed 100 racks from my dad and ain't paid it back yet.
Right.
They not supposed to go get that money?
Look what I'm telling you though. What if the dude broke? What if whoever had the 100,000 is broke and you'll never get it?
But this one, right? Well, he got to get it out his ass or something.
So that's what
you know what I'm saying. It got to come from somewhere.
That analogy goes. It's got to come from somewhere. It go the same way with America. Do you really believe that these folks will ever in life actually give us some reparations?
You know why I say yes?
When did we start asking for reparations?
We've been asking for reparations.
About around what time? You don't know? I don't even know.
It's since the beginning of time.
It's 2025, Willie.
But it doesn't matter. Here's the thing. Here's my point. When you start talking about how much time has passed, it really doesn't matter how much time has passed. When you look at slavery, you would think that America would have never ended slavery.
Right.
I think that ending slavery was a far greater feat to accomplish than issuing out some paper, just
Right.
writing some checks.
Right.
Now, if you think about it and you go back to those times, people were like, man, slavery ain't gonna never. They got it too good.
Yeah.
They sitting on their ass getting paid. They, you
Yeah.
know, you can get another human being to do your work for
Yeah.
you, and you can sit back and just get paid.
I feel you.
Nobody ever thought slavery would end,
But my
that
thing
shit is over. And a lot of people think that reparations ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
It may not happen in our lifetime, but it's gonna happen.
It's not gonna happen, Willie.
I believe it'll happen.
You my OG, and I love and respect you. You know, I'm day one with you, but I disagree with that point. I don't. And this is why I say stop waiting on reparations.
It's not about waiting, Slim. We're not waiting, but it's possible to do two things at once. Because I hear people say waiting. When nobody's waiting, I know I'm not. And most of the people that I know, we're not waiting. We're still living. We're still building. We're still growing. We're still grinding. But so it's possible for us to do two things at once.
Okay.
We can walk and chew bubblegum at the same time.
Okay, let me say this.
We can grind. We can hustle. We can go get everything that's due to us.
I got
In
you.
the meantime, we over here like, yeah, motherfucker, what about them reparations?
Right, exactly. See, and my whole point in saying what I said was I don't want people to have the mindset of waiting. You know what I'm saying? If you still, like you say, building and chasing doing your thing, cool. But I'm just giving you my personal opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not Jesus Christ. I just don't think them folks gonna ever give us no reparations. I don't believe it.
They not gonna give.
That's just my personal opinion.
They not gonna give
so
shit.
I say don't wait for it.
They're not gonna
That's all I'm
give shit
saying.
just like they didn't give us freedom.
Right.
We fought for that. So we're gonna have to fight for reparations.
I don't even think that when we talk reparations, it's enough people who even serious about it, like stepping up forward to even get it done. You see what I'm saying? Like it's a couple people saying that, but everybody ain't on that. So at the end of the day, my message though that got to the world was, hey, we ain't, stop waiting on. But what I was trying to say is mindset. We ain't waiting on nothing because it's people who came over in our neighborhoods and making stuff happen in our own neighborhoods, and we can't wait and let other people take the opportunities that are available for us today. That's my whole point. Secondly, if I was the president, or how I believe reparations should be paid, is black people shouldn't have to pay taxes. You ain't got to give me no money. Just say, all right, to pay you back as reparations, you don't have to pay taxes. If they did that, that would be an amazing way of giving back reparations. But I just honestly don't trust them enough to ever give us that. And I think that I don't want my people waiting on somebody to give you something. But if it was to be paid, I think at least they should say, hey, man, well, y'all black people, we built this country off y'all backs, no taxes. And that'll be fair.
No taxes, no college tuition.
No college tuition. I like that.
No taxes across the board. I mean, all the way across the board.
That's something I think that...
No college tuition, free health care.
Hey, I like that. All this here is... That's the way I believe that the reparations should be. You know what I'm saying? 40 acres and a mule is out of there. So,
I think that's a start.
Bringing them reparations.
At this point, it's fucking 40 acres in a Lambo.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Like,
exactly.
Yeah, we got to get it. We got to get it.
But if that's the case, if people saying, hey, man, we want reparations, I believe that this is a way to say, I want reparations that might get granted. You know what I'm saying? That's a possibility because they're already trying to get rid of taxes for everybody. Now, I think it'd be great. I always say this on Thug News, if I was the president, that's the way I would give back to black people to stop my jankiness. We did some janky stuff. We kidnapped, America. Y'all brought us over here and made us slaves, built the country. You got to get that jank out for you. The way to get the jank out for America is to say, hey, black people, you don't have to pay taxes. That's how we prepaying y'all reparations. Cool. All right. Now, if y'all Elon and they figured out and Trump done figured out where nobody got to pay taxes, cool. Let it get to that. But at least you get the jank out for you by getting it, making us not have to pay taxes first. That way you can say, I did pay y'all back for being slaves. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the way they would do it because they never did anything exclusively for black people, never to improve our condition. That ain't never happened.
So that's what I don't believe.
And that
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that's my only point.
That part ain't never happened. Mm-hmm. Even when it came to slavery, the reason why they were, you had the North that was excited about, ending slavery because, Texas was going to, take off and go do its own thing, and a number of other states. They were going to go out and do their own thing, and they were like, "No, we can't have that. So let's go to war. Let's end this."
But we ain't got nobody. These dudes, the black community, wearing man purses and won't drip. They ain't ready to go to war with nobody, man. Right. They playing. Yeah. We ain't soldiered up like back then, man. These dudes out here a whole nother. They don't even care, And that's what my thing is. I just say, man, waiting on them folks to give you something, you're going to be waiting your whole lifetime. So I think the smartest way to move, especially as a black man, black woman, is to whatever you want, go get it. And don't wait on nothing, and that wasn't to say, hey, man, I hope we don't do this. I hope that. I just don't believe it'll ever be gave to us. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said that.
Yeah. Man, what's going on with this film you got, man? This double cup.
Oh, man.
You and Propane, man. Y'all doing y'all thing.
Facts. So Double Cup is another thing I'm just diving into, like, as an independent artist. I'm trying to, do movies. Like, I remember growing up watching Dolomite, all the black independent films that I really, think was classics. And I think we need more of that. Willie D, I like this show. It's so black, so I believe, I'm going to just speak on the things I believe the black community lack and that we need. So the movie Double Cup, let's talk about that first. That was something I never did. Shout out D-Rick, who did Dirty Third, who I could see could do a movie and give me the inspiration to do my own. You know what I'm saying?
Did you use the same production people?
No, I didn't. I had filmed, like I said, we did Dirty Third in like 1999, but I did ask D-Red questions and stuff like that. And like I say, this is how we got to move in the black community. We got to be inspired by others, who do stuff, and we got to learn from that, ask them questions, let them know we inspired by it. That way we can do our own thing instead of competing, instead of hating, instead of, not working together. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of money and opportunity. We buy clothes from people who don't even wear the clothes we wear, you see what I'm saying? We buy clothes, and they in our hood. Black people should own the clothing store that you buy your clothing from. It's hip-hop, but somebody else own it. That's how cool we is with not owning our stuff. You go the corner store, we don't own that. We got to get serious. The food we eat is by some dude from another country, barely speaking English probably. We buying food from we ain't, it's so many ways. We got a turkey leg hut made out of that money. We hate to see it went away or whatever, but it was a perfect example of what you could do with culture and black food. You know what I'm saying? It's so many different ways like that, food, clothing, whatever it is, corner store, even the nail shop. We too cool, women too cool to do nails and toes, but these people probably make the most money in the neighborhood. You know what I'm saying? When women go to the beauty supplies not owned by a black woman, the supplies, why are we getting black products from people who not even black? All of this money is missing. That's why you broke. That's why everybody in the hood ain't got it, because we let everybody else get all this money that's was supposed to be ours. Now, on the flip side, like we say, Willie, can we go sell a white person some shampoo? No. Can you go sell a Mexican some Mexican food? No. You can't do that. Only people cool with that is black people. You know what I'm saying? We the only ones cool with it's buying everything, letting other people sell us whatever, our clothes that we come up with, that we make cool, own our music that we make, you know what I'm saying? And we always complain about how broke we is. You in a cubicle ain't even who you really, your natural energy. You could be doing something that you really love to do and talk like me and move around and smoke weed and live a real normal life how you want to live. Not normal, but live how you want to live.
If weed is what you do.
If weed is what you do, you should be able to smoke. But you need to be a boss and own something. And then a lot of times, black people, when we do stuff, we leave the hood with it. We'll open a business outside of the hood. Now we trying to find customers that we don't have when we could have stayed for the cheap rent in that neighborhood and opened up that restaurant, that clothing store, whatever, and people around us would have had to respect it and pull up. You know what I'm saying? And this is what we gotta get that Black Wall Street mind frame back and Black ownership mind frame back. We always checking out for checks. That's what we love to do. Oh, you got 100,000? Oh, you gonna make $1 million? It's cool though, cause you gave me 100,000 here. You know what I'm saying? And it got to be some integrity attached to everything we got, whether that's the food, whether that's the music we make. How is a white man playing golf bragging to his kid about how he owned the #1 song in the club right now? Oh, that's my song. You own that. How is that sitting well with you when your kid's going to starve 30 years from now and they going to be still eating off of that hit record? How many hit records we listen to from the 70s? Family probably in the hood, but somebody else on it. You know what I'm saying? This song I made was about my life, but somebody else on it. We so cool with giving away our life and giving away our, things that should be priceless to us. We'll sell our priceless album that talked about our whole journey, everything we've been through, and go buy a chain. You know what I'm saying? And that's more valuable to us. And that's where we at in this world, man. So that's why I say the outlandish stuff I say, and I say it in a disruptive way, cause I say it with confidence, like you ain't me. Like I'm really out here owning myself as a black man, and a lot of people ain't like that, So I move like a king in America, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't want to accept that, but I know who I am, and I know what I did, and I know how I move, and that's all I need, you know what I'm saying? The people who know me got me where I'm at. So I'm not, tripping out for the crowd or whatever, but I know what I stand on. So, that's some things I think that we need to start thinking like. And I think that's some things that we need to start, we need more black products. Why are we buying, you see what I'm saying? It's so much money that's missing in our community. So many people struggling, but it's so much opportunity at the same time right there in your face. And
man, I think your fans, the people that really rock with you, I think they get you because you have a multi-ethnicity, a multi-ethnic following.
Right.
And so they get you. They understand that, he not being racist.
Oh, no.
He's talking
I sound racist
shit
right now. I got white friends. Yeah, no. White people, if you in real life, people see me with white people every single day. My barber is white for the last 20 years. My one of my best friends I kick it with probably more than even my real homeboys every day is Todd. He's white. We ride bike. We do everything together. I'm not ever being racist. My whole family damn near half white, So it's like I'm not a racist. I just believe in standing on your own 2 feet, as a black man. And I believe that we got to sit at the table with these white people to get the respect that we need. We got to sit at the table with them as the equal and not, I can't say, it's a lot of, just think about this. How many grown men, you got a woman at home and everything, but you can't do everything you want to do because you got a white boss, or not just a white boss. You know what I'm saying? You a grown. When do you ever be able to be Slim Thug and talk noise and smoke weed? You'll never have that freedom. You a grown man with rules, like, you know what I'm saying? And that kind of, as a black man, I ain't gonna never let no white man own my masters. Just on 2025, I ain't no black slave in 2025. That's the integrity I stand on. If my white homeboy can't understand that, cool. But everybody know where I'm at. They know how I feel about this. They bosses. They respect the business mind frame. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, that's how I move, and I sit down at the table with everybody, and I get the same respect. They can't tell me, oh, Slim, you smell like weed. You in here with the mayor and them. I still built houses in my old community. I still gave away a home to a family who lost their home on Hurricane Harvey. I'm still doing a lot of community work every month. You see me everywhere doing everything. So you're going to have to I'm still a boss, did it the black way.
You going into meetings with the mayor smelling like weed?
I go everywhere I go smelling like weed. That's just who I am, you know. That's what I'm saying. I don't change how I talk, none of that. And this is how people are supposed to be. But you don't get that freedom because you always under somebody's rules of what you can say, what you can't say. That's not proper. That's not this. But only because you didn't choose to be, you know, a boss and do things your way or on your part of the culture. You know what I'm saying?
What if you had everything stripped away from you, all your money, all your worldly possessions, and you'd have to start over square one? What kind of move would you make or moves would you make to get back to the bag?
It's just, see, the thing is about me is I'm not impatient. I know that I look at everything like this here. A seed to a tree. You know what I'm saying? And one of my good things is I always like to start from the bottom. If I open up a business, I want to open it up in the hood because that's the cheapest rent. I don't want to put on a persona of, oh, I got to open this in a fancy place, you know, to show that I got it like that. You know what I'm saying? So look at me right now. I'm on Willie D. I got a lot of jewelry. I ain't got none on today. A lot of rappers wouldn't dare come from the park, you know, to do an interview knowing how many people gonna watch this and have the, you know, the security to not need none of that. You know what I'm saying? And sit down and know we gonna be seen looking crazy. So I don't move with that type of mindset. I want to take daily steps every day to accomplish whatever it is, and I expect it to take 10,000 hours. I expect it to take 10 years to get back to do whatever. I'm not in a rush. I know my daily steps every day. As long as I make every day count, it's gonna add up. And also, I'm tapped in with God. I pray every day, so I know that's the thing that's gonna set me apart from a lot. You know, I'm gonna get to skip those levels. That instead of doing the whole 10 years, I might do that 10 years in 2 or 3 because I'm tapped in with God, and that's the only thing that speed up, you know, your 10,000 hour process. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And talk more about the film. So who's in the film? I know Propane is in the film. Facts. I know Jeff Shelley is in the film.
Jeff Shelley,
Kayla G is in the film.
Lil Daryl, Kayla G, Kiki the Don, Zero, Paul Wall. You know, Pro is my co-host and Kiki is the co-host. So basically,
co-star.
Co-star, sorry about that. Yeah, so basically the storyline, we wanted to do a storyline that identifies Houston, and Houston is a city of syrup. We're not telling people to sip syrup. I don't sip syrup. But we wanted to do a storyline that, you know, highlighted Houston culture. So it's a comedy dramedy type thing. Mm-hmm. So the storyline is Kiki, we in jail. He talking to LD. I'm not with him. I'm in jail too, though. And I overhear him saying he has 1,000 of the original pints from back in the day that, you know, SUC type used to sip, you know, bar. Mm-hmm. And in today's time, that syrup, if you a sipper, like you sip drink, that don't exist no more. A lot of people who got money would probably spend all kind of money for something like this. So that's like the, you know, culture side of the storyline. But we get away with 1,000 pints. It's very valuable. The conflict is, you know, Kiki get out and trying to, you know, figure it out and all that there. So that's the storyline of the Double Cup movie. You know what I'm saying?
And the premiere is March 11, right?
March 11 is the premiere. The movie will be coming out in spring. And because the movie is called Double Cup, I decided to do a double soundtrack CD, which is one album with me and Propane. That's the first one dropping on March 14th. And then me and the Don Kiki will be dropping an album after the movie come out. So we just going to extend, you know, we rappers, so let's do some raps about, you know, the Houston culture is what we came up with. And I'm proud of it all, man. This is something new. I never did a movie before. But I'm proud of everything, the music and the movie itself. So I'm excited to see, you know, how the world like it.
What's the similarity to the music when it comes to filming?
Man, like we wanted to capture Houston culture through film. We also wanted to do the same through music, and I got Propane, who's a South Side rapper. I'm from the North Side, so you know he younger, I'm older, so we get the dynamic of that, and he also bringing in some of the younger producers, you know. So I get I got him with the OGs, so it's a lot of mismatch of young, old, North, South, you know, the Houston culture. You know, and everybody who heard the record so far been excited about it. Me and Kiki we got some real OG classic, like the '90s type feel, high Houston culture music, that I ain't on there basically saying, oh, we need to do a song for the radio. We need to do a song that's gonna go worldwide. It's a strictly the music. I believe if you like Houston music, this is what you want to hear. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I just try to deliver that, and through the movie and through the music.
Yeah. I saw you back in June on stage at the Toyota Center with Megan.
With the Stallion, you see that?
Boy, I ain't never seen you smile so much.
Yeah.
Damn, boy.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever seen you so happy. You was just happy.
Cause you know what? Cause I be on the Shade Room and all these different blogs, they be trolling me. He's so thirsty. He's so this. He's so that. But when Megan come to town, she want me to perform with her. We get on stage together, and y'all got to see that. You know what I'm saying? That's why I had that big smile. You know what I'm saying? To let the haters know, y'all talked all that noise. Now look who she on stage with. You know what I'm saying? That's why I always get the glory in the win, man. I learned that. I mean, in the end, I get the glory in the end. So I don't mind haters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What you think those Rockets gonna do this year?
Man, shout out the Rockets. I love everything the Rockets got going on. I think that they can take it all the way if they're ready to take it all the way. But at the same time, like I say, I got that patience. I know that young team, it ain't got to be this year. It could be next year. I see the greatness. I see how they building. I love the coaching, everything about it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited to see what the Rockets, the Texans, next year, we had a couple injuries or whatever. I want to see, how everybody feel, how it look when we all healthy. I think we got action at the Super Bowl and the NBA championship, and the Astros always, win away from the championship. So,
yeah, man, them Astros, man, go Astros.
Yeah, we always at the Astros events, huh? Exactly.
Yeah. You've been on a lot of features. You work with a whole slew of artists.
Right.
Have you ever did any music with athletes?
With athletes, I'm sure I did a couple records with athletes. Man, if I can think of one off the top of my mind right now, nah, I haven't. I mean, I can't think of one off the top of my mind, but I'm sure I did some records. I know I did some with Steve Francis back in the day.
Yeah.
I don't know who else, but I definitely work with some.
What current athlete would you like to work with, do a song with? Do
a song with a current athlete. Who is even rapping as an athlete? I like well, he don't play no more. The Lonzo Ball, G Ball, he got a good song, but he rapping now. So I don't even know who a rapper is that even me and Shaq did something yet. I don't know. I do something with Shaq. We can do some giant talk or something. You know what I'm saying? I heard him and Ro. That was jamming.
Yeah, absolutely. Shout out to Shaq.
Shout out to Shaq.
You know who else is jamming, man? Damian Lillard.
Damian Lillard. Yeah, Damian Lillard. I heard a rap he did. He did have some bars. Like I say, I respect the athletes. I get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, we want to be ball players. They want to be rappers. You know what I'm saying? It makes sense. But, yeah, I definitely heard a couple athletes that actually had bars, and Damian Lillard was definitely dope. Who? Arian Foster. He showed us somebody else who dope. Arian Foster.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm tripping now. Yeah, I'm tripping.
It's a few. Vince Young with the freestyle.
We was talking about relationships, and I was just thinking about these guys. I came across an article. Well, not an article, but a blog where they was talking about guys who talk about being kept.
Yeah. Guys who talk about being kept.
They talk about being kept. Like, I'm assuming you could never see yourself in that type of position.
Nah.
But what are your thoughts on that?
I got to play the man role. But like I say, it's a lot of dudes who need to have a shirt on that say, I'm just a boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of dudes don't do things that men do. I ain't going to say that. Well, yeah, I am going to say that. If you can't change a tire, check your fluid, in the car, do the plain old man stuff, and that's what type of dude I am. I'm not a metrosexual at all. Like, I don't care how I look a lot of the time. Like, fashion, it's cool, I rock it just because it's the culture, but, I'm usually rocking my own brand, you know what I'm saying, because I'm just not I don't think I need a label on me to make me look good or be cool, nothing like that. I never was that insecure. So, man, a lot of dudes is really like, I only talk about fashion or just, a lot of dudes do stuff that I believe that women should be doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's what we at in 2025. It's a lot of metrosexuals. And I think it's got something to do with the trauma of not having a daddy around, to put you out there in the garage and do all that. And then a lot of the dudes these days be emotional. I think that's all having to be with, I had a single mama, and when she got mad, she was on the phone hollering, and that's how I'm gonna do. And they get it confused with gangster. They get how they emotions they got from their mama is they think that, you did something to me, they screaming at a dude, caring, ready to kill somebody because they in their feelings. That's not gangster though. You see what I'm saying? You thought it was tough because you yelling this and you screaming, it sound good, but you really in your feelings. And what's gangster is not letting a man control your feelings. Nobody else control your feelings. A lion is out there in the jungle at peace. He moving around knowing he the lion. You know what I'm saying? He don't got to do the jumping around. He don't got to do the extra. He know he the king of the jungle, and at any given moment, he can do whatever he need to do. He don't have to keep displaying that to everything that walk up to him.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
And I think that's another big thing that's wrong with our community is a lot of dudes move on emotions. I won't kill you because of me. You know what I'm saying? I won't kill you for a number of reasons. If we in the club, you say, you talking noise to me. I'm not gonna risk my freedom because you talking noise to me for a couple different reasons. For one, I don't value you. If you get hit by a car and die, I don't care. So if I do something to you, you can sue me. And I'm on a level where a lot of people talk that noise, but they end up suing you. And another way, I'm not going to let, you might be slow. I don't know if you mentally ill or not. I'm not going to jail for nobody who's slow and just who don't think. You know what I'm saying? You ain't valuable enough to take away my value. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just somebody bumping. You can get that off. You can be a hyena, but I'm a lion. You know what I'm saying? I'm always understand that. I never let my feelings control me and make me do crash dummy things that'll take me out of my king position. I let crash dummies around me crash. I look at life like Mario Brothers. And what that is when Mario is playing and he going to the flag at the end, he not fighting every shellback duck that's trying to fight him. He jumping over some of them, getting his mushrooms, getting taller, collecting his coins, and then he at the top of the flag. You know what I'm saying? You got to overlook the crash dummies that's around you a lot of the times trying to crash you out. You got to jump over them. It's just like the game of Mario. If you don't count, I'm not going to let you count me out. I'm not going to crash out for you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to spend my time, I'm not going to lose value messing with nobody who ain't valuable. You know what I'm saying? And that's real man mindset. Not, you said something to me, I'm finna pull this chopper out and kill you, and then I might have to go to jail for life for a stranger, for somebody who ain't never did nothing in their life, for somebody I wouldn't care if they got hit by a car. I'm not gonna ever risk my life as a valuable king on earth for a crash dummy. And when you learn how to think like this, move like this, not risk your freedom, none of this in these streets over crash dummies, then you are on a whole nother level. You on the 10th level ready to fight King Cooper. Straight up.
Well, one thing about it, we know Slim Thug is not a crash dummy, man.
Not a crash dummy.
Thank you for coming on the show, man, and imparting your wisdom on the people and enlightening the people.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you giving me the opportunity to sit down with you, man. Like I say, to give people the full story, not the fool story. A lot of times they get the full story by Slim, and I guarantee if you did any kind of research or even just took the time to look at whatever was said, the full story, your mind would change about me. But if you can't do that, whatever you say about me, then I don't even value it. You know, if you ain't take time to hear the full story, I can't value your opinion. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I like to say to the people. But I also would like to say, God bless y'all. And I hope everybody, you know, will move in the alien thought process like I think. I guarantee you it'll be less divorces, baby mamas. It'll be more bosses on the streets. It'll be men not losing their freedom and going to jail over crash dummies. All you have to do is follow these simple, you know, instructions I just gave. Straight up.
Follow those instructions,
That's
ladies.
it.
Those simple instructions, ladies and gentlemen. And also follow the instructions of going to check out
Double Cup.
The premiere is I'm sure like invite only, right?
Now the actual premiere, it should be sold out by now, but if it might be a couple spots left for March 11th,
That's
you can
March
check it out.
11th,
It's at
right.
Match Movie Theater, so yeah, check that out.
Match
Don't
Movie
get your
Theater.
ticket before it's too late.
The premiere for Double Dose and Double Cup. And the album comes out when?
The album come out March 14th. Me and Propane. You know, we rappers, so we putting that out there to get the buzz going and get more people understanding what we got going on. And we, like I say, we proud of everything we doing. I think everybody, if they just took the time to check each one of them out, you'll be satisfied, I believe.
Ladies and gentlemen, Slim Thug.
Hey, that is.
No more talk.